This gets me every single time. Why is it that if we know the statistics that most people divorce or split up because of money, why don't you get your money in order before you start dating? That's the crazy part about it. I did an episode before. Ask yourself this question. Is my credit score ready to date? Is my money ready to date? Many of y'all, if y'all look at y'all bank accounts, look at your financial stuff, she'll be like, why am I entertaining men? Why am I entertaining women? Make it make sense.
Let you know, man, you are really encouraging me, motivating me, inspiring me. God is really using you to help me out.
Family, you guys are so amazing. It's your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires and AOS the podcast. I had to pause real fast to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Urban Pulse Podcast. They post everything black. I mean, everything black, right? They post the drama, they post inspiration, they post motivation, everything black that you can get your talk on, if you will. Urban Pulse Podcast, they post about it. We're sponsored by Urban Pulse Podcast, the true essence of everything black. I love them guys to life. Family, you guys are so amazing. I want to welcome you to another episode of AOS the podcast. I'm your host, Mr. AOS Inspires. And like I said, this is AOS the podcast. You already know our mission is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. I want you to live your best life. So on today, we're doing a 10-part series. We are at episode, well, not episode, but part 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Today is part 7 to a 10-part series that we're entitling How to Prepare for Your First Date. Now, with this conglomerate of episodes that we're doing, right? How do you prepare for your first date? I'm putting together some principles, some things that you really need to pay attention to. And today we are not cutting short of it, right? I'm letting you know there's some things that you really need to watch out for on your first date. And watch this, there's some things that you need to prepare for when you go on your first date, whether it's your first date with a person or whether you're in transition and say, I'm ready to start dating. Before you start dating, I recommend that you have these things in order. Go back and look at all these episodes. Matter of fact, our team, they're going to do it tonight. They're going to put it on YouTube where it's bunched in one, like a column, they said, where that you can go to that column and see all of the how to prepare for your first dates podcast, so that you can, interviews or episodes, so that you can be abreast on all of them. Today, we're going to jump right into it. I did an episode a while back that a lot of people, I got a lot of feedback for, right? A lot of people were saying, yo, this was a good idea and we're going to push this thing too. Actually, I'm writing a book now entitled, Is Your Credit Score Ready to Date? And I'm gonna get some t-shirts made. I'm gonna do the whole 9 yards, right? So I'm gonna put it out there. We're gonna do that. But on today, what we're talking about today is have your money right. That's it. Like have your, listen, this is for men and women. Have your money in order. The damaging part about it is, if you look at statistics says that 50% of marriages, watch this, fail. Why? Because of money. Not because of infidelity, not because of the sex is not good, not because they weren't ready to get married, but because of the lack of money or the lack thereof. Right? Money is one of the number one factors of why people get divorced. And it's crazy. I wanted to drop, and let's really be honest. All those that are in relationships already, they would say, listen, I greatly appreciate your list. I didn't follow it. I wish I did. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't follow it when I started dating. Let's really be honest. I'm gonna be all the way honest with you. I'm able to speak from transparency and also experience, and that's how I'm able to give you guys wisdom and able to give you guys the game, because some people will ask, what makes them qualified? I've been through it, right? Through experiences, college courses, far as psychology, and also what is it called? Not mentorship, but I'm talking about counseling. Yeah. I mean, I had a course on that in college. And, a lot of people say, is that your background or you just have experience? I have both. And I just wanted to drop this knowledge onto people, especially my singles, those that are, thinking about like, I'm thinking about getting back on the field. I'm thinking about getting back in the game to start dating. And I want to help you out because this is the crazy thing. I need you to have your money together, because when you don't have your money together, what happens is there's a lot of holes in your relationship. And in the beginning, this is what I love to tell people, in the beginning of a relationship, you may not find no issues with them not having no money or you not having no money or y'all having money issues. Why? Because the honeymoon stage or the fantasy stage or the magical stage, you don't look for a lot of problems. Let's really be honest. In your beginning stages of your relationship, you don't look for a lot of issues. You don't look for a lot of red flags. You just enjoying your company. You're enjoying your time. Now, I tell people you got to move with intentionality, because when you don't move with intentionality, you overlook a lot of stuff that you should have caught in the beginning. And when you don't move with intentionality, the things that you should catch, you miss. And the things that you should miss, you catch, right? I mean, it's a double sword. So the thing about it is, what I love to share with people is move with intentionality. And when you move with intentionality, watch this. This is what I'm saying. It just hit me. When you move with intentionality and you move with the purpose and you already got your list checked, the expectations that you have for them, you're holding yourself at the same standard. You can weave through the people who don't hold up to your standard. Now, I'm gonna tell you this is a bar. Most women miss out or misjudge a guy because she thinks that he is high standards, but he's not high standards. Why? Because she hasn't held herself to the same standards. Family, you guys are so amazing. I know that you're enjoying the episode, but just got a quick message for you real fast.
Have you ever been through a hard time in life? Perfect. You need to read this book, Winning After a Major Loss.
Can be found at barnesandnoble.com, amazon.com. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. You need to get your copy. It's going to change your life for living. You already know our mission here is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. Get your copy now. You heard what she said. Get your copy now. It's going to help change and transform your life for the better. I promise you. Winning After Major Loss. Barnes and Nobles, amazon.com. Get it now. Get it today. Bars. Many of you men, you miss that too. You think that this woman is a high quality woman, but had you held yourself to the same standards, when you begin to date her, you begin to see the inconsistencies. Ladies, same thing. You will begin to see the inconsistencies. But since you don't hold yourself to the same standard, you miss the inconsistencies. And also you miss that they don't stand up to the standard that you have. Right? Because I'm gonna tell you this. It's just like a person that's in real estate. You have a conversation with somebody that's not in real estate or that just knows a little bit. You begin to ask them particular questions. They don't know how to answer questions that they should know. What is your interest rate? What is closing? What is equity? Right? When you begin to talk that language, they can't speak that language with you. Why? Because they only know surface stuff. And the same thing with expectations. When you have your expectations high and you meet those high expectations yourself, when people begin to talk that language on your standard, you begin to see the holes. You be like, nah, you're not talking the same language. Nah, that's not right. Right? So ladies and men, I need you guys to be on point with that. I need you to be checking for that, right? Don't just have a standard for them. Have a standard for yourself. Same standard, if not higher. So, but when you go into relationships, I really want to inform you, have your money right. Have your credit right. So you're saying, so you telling me that I can't talk to women? No. That's exactly what I'm saying. And the reason I say that, because you know how many relationships that have been started because I just want to talk to her. I just want to hang with her. I just want to be friends with her. You know how many relationships had grown to the next level? That's how relationships grow. You can't just say, listen, I just want to be friends. I want to, communicate. We hang out from time to time. We go out. No, it doesn't work like that, because that's how relationships build. because just by spending time. Now, what happens is the damaging part about it is when you don't take the time to spend for yourself, and I get it, a lot of people don't go down this route, but they need to. You need to take time to invest in you first. Get your money right. Heal from your past relationships. Work on the areas of your life and the flaws of your life that you know is a distraction, is a hindrance in your relationship. Let me fix this. Let me work. Let me get strong in this area. Right. And it's just the money part it's like a big part for a lot of relationships. A lot of your money issues would not come had you begin to find out about financial literacy before you start to get into a relationship. Now, this is a big one as far as money. Just because you have it don't mean that you can afford it. That's a bar for somebody. Just because you have the money doesn't mean that you can afford whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? Make sure that your money's right. You're going to date a $400 date and you have $500 in your pocket or $500 in your bank account. You can't afford that date. You cannot listen. That's why I said show up as you in your dating situation. Show up as you. Don't show up as a baller if you're not a baller. Don't show up as a cocky guy. But listen, show up as you. And if you are cocky, show up like you. There's some women that love cocky men. I mean, just love them, right? And it's just. It's crazy because the reason a lot of people don't show up as them because they think that people like this. And the truth of the matter is people like originality, right? Think about the world that we live in now. Why is it that there's so many influencers that are not famous? There are so many influencers, like you ask somebody, hey, do you know who such and such is? No, I ain't never heard of them, but they got millions of followers. Why? Because people like authenticity. People love original. People love the realness. So what I want to share with you, be yourself. But while you're being yourself, make sure that your money, listen, men and women, I hold to the same standard. I don't just spit game to men to say, make sure your money right and tell a woman, no, you ain't got to make sure your money right because he going to take care. No. Men and women alike, make sure your money right. Make sure your credit is intact because it's nothing worse. And I get it. You got a lot of women that are traditional, but it's nothing worse than a man getting with a woman and he has to carry her. So now instead of us building together, now I have to keep on building as the man, keep on building, and I have to carry you because you dead weight. Ladies, don't be dead weight in a relationship. Make sure that your money and your credit is together. Facts. And the reason I say that, I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave this alone. The reason I say that is because too many people in relationships get into a relationship and the person has to carry you throughout the duration of their relationship. And now somebody has to play or somebody in the relationship feels, or the person that doesn't have the money feels, oh, you just dictate to me. You think that you can do this and that because you have all the money, or because what it is, it's not that they are treating you like that. It's your own insecurities because you don't bring much to the table. So how do you alleviate that? You make sure, ladies, you make sure that your money right. Fellas, you make sure that your money right. Right. Had a conversation with the guy yesterday and we were talking about my episode, or not even episode, that clip that went crazy viral when I said that broke man move in with women. Now, this is what I shared with him. I said, if you watch the full episode, I break it down. It's a cultural thing because a black couple get into a relationship, get in an argument, and he moved in. She kicks him out that night, right? Not all black women, but for the majority, you got to get out tonight. Get your bags and go. Now, the Caucasian, what I've noticed, I've talked to a lot of couples, Caucasian couples, women in particular. They would give the man, listen, this relationship is not going nowhere. I'm done. I'm finished. But I'm going to give you 20 days, 30 days, 2 weeks to get yourself together and find out where you're going to stay. And they will be cordial. You would not know there's something going on in their relationship. They're bringing food for each other. They're doing for each other. So it's cultural differences. So what I'm saying is, even with the cultural differences, you still got to leave. That's why I say only broke men move in with women. However, fellas, it's okay if you're dating a woman that has way more money than you. That's fine, but make sure that your money is right. Make sure that your money is intact, because it's nothing worse than a woman bringing you up to her standard financially, and she kicks you out, or she moves on, and now you're left like a damsel in distress because you didn't have your money together. Fellas, ladies alike, get your money right. I love you guys to life. This is AOS the podcast. I'm your boy, Mr. AOS Inspires. Let's go. What's going on, family? I want to say thank you for rocking with us during this episode. We have been so excited to drop this episode. I'm glad that you made it to the end. This is what I want you to do. If you have any takeaways from this episode, leave it in the comments. We want to hear your thoughts. We want to hear how you feel. I want to bring content to you that's relevant to you, that'll help you change your life, because you already know our mission here at AOS Inspires, AOS the podcast, is to empower the world to never give up, one conversation at a time, one interview at a time, one video at a time, to help you live life at the next level. This is what I need you to do. I need you to like, subscribe, share this episode. If it spoke to your life, share this episode with somebody. Why? Because you are connected to some people that we're not connected with. And with that connection together, we can empower the world to never give up. I'm Mr. AOS Inspires. This is AOS the podcast. I can't wait to see you next week. Just in case you didn't know, we drop every single week, 3 times a week. Mondays, 8 a.m., Wednesdays, 8 a.m., and Fridays, 8 a.m. You need to catch an episode. Matter of fact, catch all 3 episodes. It's going to be fire. I promise you it's going to help you doing your everyday life. It's going to help you get to the next level. Let's go.